Can I tell you something? I just woke up like 30 minutes ago. And let me tell you something. I'm still tired. But then again, I think I kept waking up in the middle of the night. I think there's a rock in one of my shoes. Hold on a minute. I'm over near the one stop here in Baja. You want to know something else? When I would pass through Virginia, not West Virginia, but Virginia, on those hills my ears would pop. I never told you that. Virginia looks nice. No, I still wouldn't want to live there. I don't think. But they got more attractions, but I don't think the government that good. If I remember right. I mean, the government was okay until here recently, I think. I mean, except for the one Democratic governor got in trouble, but, you know, he apologized, I think. But my dad said he looked like he was talking slow and looked like George Bush or one of the Bushes, you know. I think he was like, well, like that, something like that, you know. Forget what his name was. The one before this governor, I think, of Virginia. Now, West Virginia, we know that governor. I keep forgetting who was the governor of Virginia, the one before this one. But then, you know, I heard he did help people. It's just that he wasn't a controversy of some sort. Hello there, Wesley. How you doing? Hey, do you know who was the former governor of Virginia, the one before this one? I can't remember his name. Not West Virginia, Virginia. There's a difference, you know. I'm trying to find some. Well, I meant, like I said, yeah, you can look it up. Yeah, Bailey Robert Chandler for governor. You know, if I get elected, probably won't, because of what I said about Boone County. Hold on, man, I'm trying to think. Got sick this morning. Well, trying to find something that's not beer, but it's soda. Trying to find something cheap too, which is kind of hard to find. I mean, I got $10. Oh, here it is. I want to try this out, even though it's got full of sugar in it. Yeah, it's got 74 grams of sugar in this. Let's see if it's a waste of my time. It's called Mountain Dew Baja Cabo Citrus.
Hi, buddy.
Hi.
$2.53.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Oh yeah, now I remember his name. Ralph Nordham. Yeah, I remember him now. He calls Trevor Noah. I guess made fun of him. On one, it said the North Face, it was the Nordham face. Don't ask what that segment was about because I can't even say it. What happened? Well, I thought it was a funny segment, you know. Or at least I thought it was funny. Now, according to Trevor, when Trevor Noah was still on the Daily Show, that's who he. No, it was 250. I think it was not 115. I wish it was 115 for a pop. I think it was 253 or 250 something. If I heard right, I couldn't really hear them. So, do you have any other questions? I mean, other than talking about the governors, I want to talk about the Regatta. You see, that Will Wash Beer Festival, or Beer Fest, the problem is with that one, I don't drink much beer, and every time I do drink beer, it tastes horrible. That's why I think people go for liquor or mixed drinks now these days, even though they really shouldn't either. I mean, I do sometimes, but one time my grandma called that one liquor that I liked the Devil's Brew. No, the Devil's Brew would be beer, not liquor, I think. You know what else though? See, I knew it was some Nordham. I can't remember who. It's been a while since I heard about him. He's probably not the governor. I knew it was some Nordham, but then again, here's another thing. There are two people. Here's another thing. See, it's like that one time I forgot who the former prime minister, or one of the former prime ministers of Great Britain were, and it was Boris Johnson, the one that people hated the fucking most out of any prime minister, I think, in Great Britain, if I heard right. I think, in honesty, I think everyone hated him, so they voted him the fuck out. I think they're trying to get rid of his type of party over there. Or, I mean, it's still there, but I think they're trying to disband that part. I don't know what type of party it's called, but what to say is right wing. It is the extremists of right wing people, if I remember right. I mean, you can follow any political party you want, but I think he went to the extreme, and I think he went to the pitiful too during the coronavirus pandemic, because one, put it this way, people, he threw a party during that time when you're not supposed to, and he was the only one that threw a party. Not anyone else. He did, because he was the prime minister, and he thought he could get away with that too. Turns out, I think they're still having problems over there. Like, they're gonna have a recession, but I don't know about political. I know the royal family may be going away. I don't know whose fault is that. I think it's the royal family's fault, to be honest. Because at this point, well, shit happens. But I don't know. It could be the right wing, extreme right wing, or any of them that say, forget this. I don't want to be under a monarchy. You get what I'm saying? Because apparently monarchies are kind of stupid from the looks of it. Well, at least God, that scared me. Ow. God, that scared me. Okay, at least that's over with, I think. Normally it lasted longer than that. I haven't heard that in a while. Now, you want to know something else? Still waiting on my mail. I'll be waiting on my damn mail. Unless it's unkind today. I'm trying to find a sit-down place. I know there's one at the Dollar General, so let's sit down. It's not raining. So, I mean, it made it rain last night. Actually, I don't know. It says on the bottle right here, the perfect pairing with Doritos. Don't you mean 4 Doritos? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's 4 Doritos. They're with Doritos. But I don't know. The natural and artificial tropical citrus punch flavor. That sounds good. Hopefully it is good. I'm still waiting on my mail. This is beginning to be horse shit with the USPS. Fucking snail mail. Hell, I think the Uranus Fudge Factory fudge arrived sooner than this shit. And the Uranus Fudge Factory's in St. Roberts, Missouri, also known as Uranus, Missouri. And no, you listen to me on this. Well, another thing too, people. Another thing is, hold on a minute. Another thing. Hold on. Another thing is that this letter with the gift certificates come from Charleston, West Virginia. I still think it should have arrived yesterday, if we're being honest. Yes, I'm walking in the morning. The morning is awesome. Especially real early right before the sun comes up. You know, you get that crisp to the air. Maybe. I don't know what that is. But it feels nicer when it's not burning hot or too fucking cold. Dollar General. The $1 General in Dunbar is horrible. I wish I could kill him. I wish I could. And then I go to jail forever. Kick me out unlawfully, which I think is stupid on multiple fucking levels. They know I'm fucking right about them now. I'm just gonna go back to the house. There is a rock in my shoe that's hurting my foot. I think it's a rock. I hope it's a rock. I'd be shocked. Like Wesley said, if a pop was $1.15, especially for this size, you know, especially for that size. I'll also be shocked you know what? When we get to the apartment, we're gonna drink this, and then I don't know. First, I need to take my pills. I guess I could try this with pills. I guess it's still early, I don't know. Battery may run out soon. Okay. Almost there. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, man.
For 7 seasons, Kitchen Gordon Ramsay marched failing restaurants across America, confronting clueless owners, exposing disgusting kitchens, and attempting to breathe life into dying businesses. Did these restaurants actually survive? Or did they crash and burn despite Gordon's help? Today, we'll uncover which establishments from the original 7 seasons managed to beat the odds and remain open today. We'll start with season 7 and work backwards. Chef Ramsay's encountered plenty of stubborn owners at his time, but Chef Keith Antonioni must stick in his memory, even 11 years later. Back in 2014, Gordon headed to Mile High City to visit a family-owned pizzeria in Denver, Colorado. Pete Cabo and his wife Paulette had been running the business since 1985, and the owner wasn't convinced Ramsay could help them turn around the declining restaurant.
Chef Ramsay was a kid when I first started cooking. I should know a little bit more about the dogs.
He refused to modernize anything, from the depressing decor to the huge, greasy portions of bar pizza. Pete was clinging to his past success and still proudly displaying the sun to boasting Denver's best pizza. It was up to Gordon to correct him on that one.
You just cooked me the worst pizza in Denver.
Any customers hoping for a slice of authentic Italian food on Sunday or Monday would be disappointed. The restaurant was closed, and those hours were non-negotiable.
I only want two more.
After shocking the owner with the results of the taste test, where the customers preferred store-bought frozen pizza to his own, Gordon persuaded the family to let him revamp the dining room and modernize the menu. He also gave the family a raise, so they could finally catch up with their competitors and make deliveries. Pete appeared excited about making everything fresh daily, but would he keep it up? Yes, he would. And to this day, Antonioni proclaims that it's the best pizza in Denver. Only now, it really might be. With a Yelp rating of 4.1 out of 5, customers love the secret recipe pie crust and the friendly service they receive. But they can't admire the decor. 11 years later, Antonioni now only offers takeout and delivery, not dining. And while Pete has given in and started opening and thriving business on Sundays, his Mondays are still for football.
I know you, old Brit.
In season 6, Gordon encountered his very own group tragedy when he visited the Seattle restaurant McDonald's. The family-owned establishment was struggling due to internal family conflict, especially between daughter Elise and father Peter, both of whom struggled with accepting criticism.
I don't think the man likes garlic. Let's tell him to get the fuck out of the Greek restaurant.
Owner Peter and his family were losing $10,000 a month, despite rating the food 9 out of 10. Gordon didn't agree.
Osaka is better than Marlboro. Osaka. Who suck.
A quick look in the fridges revealed slimy vegetables, rotting produce, and moldy beef stew. But the chef and owner wouldn't take responsibility for any of it.
I thought you babysitted you like kids, and you still fuck me. I don't need to babysit. If I want to babysit, I go babysit my granddaughter.
Chef Ramsay stepped in to modernize the restaurant's outdated practices, refresh the decor, and reduce the menu while smoothing over family breads. After one of the most successful relaunch nights kitchenetters have ever seen, Gordon nervously, but optimistically, stepped away.
And I can't ever remember rooting for family more than this one. Wow.
Following its appearance on the show in March 2013, Yanni's found its dining room packed night after night. Customers love delicious Greek dishes and homely atmosphere that the family created once their differences were set aside. They've achieved a 4.7 out of 5 rating on Google reviews, and now offer delivery, catering, party, and wedding receptions. Remarkably, unlike most restaurants featuring kitchen nightmares, this family chose to keep Gordon's renovation design intact for over 12 years. This is a rare move in the series, as we frequently discover that owners hastily tear out Ramsay changes after filming wraps, either reverting to the old decor or completely redesigning the space on their own terms. The signed menu from Chef Ramsay remains proudly displayed on their wall as a keepsake. It's awesome to see the restaurant and the family thriving a full 12 years after Gordon's sometimes fiery invention. Here's to 12 more years. A couple of months earlier, another passionate Greek owner had created chaos for Gordon at the old Itchy Post in Massachusetts. Tom Caceres planned to pass the business over to his daughter, Andrea, but didn't trust her or his staff.
That was the most stupid thing I ever seen in these kids in the longest I can hear. But my way is the only way.
Instead, he continued to take charge, serving his customers bland and unappetizing frozen food, which he insisted tasted even better once it was thawed.
Rule number 1, when studying to be a chef, fridge where it doesn't smell, taste fucking better. Once it's frozen.
Unsurprisingly, Gordon disagreed and reinvented the menu to include fresh Greek dishes, which would be served in the newly modernized dining room. Plus, the business would be managed by Andrea moving forward. It looks like that was a very wise decision, because the historic restaurant is still open today, though Andrea is no longer in charge. She ran the business successfully for 9 years before selling it in 2022. The new owners kept the restaurant name and all the staff. In early 2025, Redditor Weird Fish 1995 visited the old Itchy Post. He captured photos of the interior, featuring the millennial gray color scheme gained popularity in the early 2010s. He ordered a hamburger and fries. While he noted the cooking was good, he found the burger lacked seasoning. Offering a blend of traditional charm and revitalized cuisine, it still gets pretty good reviews online, achieving a 4 on TripAdvisor, even since Andrea moved on. Over in California, Saki Cabanyaris was blinded by love when blonde bombshell Jennifer, 16 years his junior, walked through the door of his restaurant, spinning yarn. And she did spin him the yarn when she lied about her experience in the restaurant industry to get a job there.
She doesn't know she's done.
2 years later, the couple were married with a baby, and the restaurant wasn't doing well. Jennifer suggested remodeling and overspent $350,000 budget, instead splashing out around $900,000. But the extravagant new decor wasn't drawing the crowds, and neither was the food, which was once again a Greek tragedy. Ramsay questioned the food and asked the server to inquire about where and who exactly the dish was from. When asked, though, he struggled to answer.
I'm from Calamata.
Yeah.
Calamata,
To save the restaurant and possibly the couple's marriage, Chef Ramsay streamlined the menu and created a prime rib special, which was carved. The restaurant was successfully relaunched with a little help from local hockey team, the Sharks, and Gordon was hopeful that they could overcome the financial challenges they were facing. Spin and Yarn had a difficult time in the years following Gordon's visit, but the business managed to hang in there, though the owner's marriage didn't. Unfortunately, during a 2019 interview with Brendan Taylor, Saki revealed that he and Jennifer are no longer married, even though they continue to work together in the restaurant.
Your partner with your wife?
My wife.
That's still a thing?
No, kind of divorced. My research counseling coaching. Sketchy, solid.
Despite some mixed reviews, the restaurant remains open, with Saki running the dining room and Jennifer overseeing the social media and mixology. They continue to use fresh ingredients and are proud to still be serving the prime ribs that they are now famous for. While reviewers mention both Saki and Jennifer occasionally having a bad attitude,
Yeah. You're full of shit. You're fucking idiot. The fuck out of here. What the fuck I do? Get the fuck out of here. Idiot.
and prices rising dramatically, the restaurant has navigated recession, pandemic, and even celebrated its 70th birthday in 2021. We hope it continues to thrive. Around the same time, Chef Ramsay visited yet another Greek restaurant that is still in business almost 14 years later. Greek at the Harbor in Ventura, California, was struggling with poor management and food quality when Gordon visited in October 2011. Owner Mikey refused to accept any help, even from his son Harris, and it's safe to say he was in need of a break.
I'm Gabby, and I'm a problem solver. And you get to know me and you make this little thing. And even when you go back to that cottage, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
We can work at 365 days a year, or 17 years since starting out and being here so long. Food standards had dropped, and dishes were now made in advance. Though some were served undercooked, and others were swimming in oil.
A piece of grease. Yeah, a piece of grease.
But when he dug a little deeper, Gordon found out that Harris had announced at his graduation dinner at the restaurant that he wouldn't be working on business, implying that he was a reason. He had obviously changed his mind as he threw himself into waiting at every table and dancing with some of them. Ramsay managed to bring the family back together and relaunch a modernized menu with a clean and vibrant dining room. By the time the celebrity chef left, Mikey was even considering retiring. Following Gordon's visit, regular customers complaining about the new shorter menu and the uncomfortable wooden chairs. Mikey said in an interview with Brennan Taylor in 2022, more than 10 years after the episode of Kitchen Nightmares, that Gordon and his team painted over the murals on the wall with grease.
I have my beautiful hair, my artist, I paid $10,000 all the time. And then all gone, it's just pure pain.
Your harbor mural. Why have a mural of a harbor on the wall when you're sat in front of the harbor?
They made the whole restaurant beautiful, and I have to repaint the restaurant. We have to pay another $10,000 to repaint it again now, but
Mikey took matters into his own hands, changing the menu and much of the decor back to how it had previously been. And there were no big staff changes either. Mikey is still hard at work in the restaurant, and Eris is still bartender, server, and weekend dancer. The business is rated a mediocre 3.5 on Yelp, but something is working as it is still open today, almost 14 years after the episode was filmed. His brothers tested Gordon's negotiation skills and his patience when he visited Luigi's in Anaheim, California in 2011. Luigi and his wife Grace had run the restaurant with Luigi's father until his retirement, when brother Tony stepped in to take his place. But the siblings struggled to get along from the very start.
There's more yelling and screaming.
Hey, the beer was like cooking. Get the fuck out of here.
And the food was far from authentic, with watery sauces and grease seafood.
SeaWorld.
The dysfunctional family's regular fallouts drove customers away, and each other to their drink. Gordon got the family making traditional Italian sausages together to prove that they were capable of working as a team. And to drive the message of family unity home, he played them a message from their father, who they hadn't seen in 5 years, requesting that they all pull together. After a successful relaunch, Gordon hoped they'd put their differences behind them for good. Given the heightened emotion and fiery tempers the owners displayed, it won't come as much of a surprise that things didn't work out for the brothers long term. But the restaurant is still technically open today, The business lasted for another 6 years before closing following a family dispute in September 2017. Tony left the industry to become a janitor, and Grace and Luigi reopened the restaurant at a different location in the same town just 3 months later. It's rated a pretty impressive 4.4 out of 5 on Yelp, with diners enjoying pizza and pasta served in a small strip mall site. Coming out of a coma to find your business has been run into the ground must feel like a nightmare. And for Mother Rose, it was all too believable. Her 2-year hospital stay meant her son, Michael, was left to manage her New Jersey restaurant, Leonie's. And he didn't exactly give it his all.
You want him with that? Yes, sir. Sir? Yes, sir. So this is the way this restaurant. Yes, sir.
The kitchen was disgusting, and Gordon had serious concerns for the safety of some of the ingredients the chef were using.
This is not tough. I don't want you starting that. No, not with your side of the house. I don't want you back in that coma.
Michael's mother and restaurant staff feared he was too lazy to properly manage the business, and weren't convinced he would ever step up.
Chef Ramsay thinks Michael been there, man.
Michael! When Gordon revisited the restaurant a year later, Michael proudly told him about the long hours he'd been working. But the staff didn't tell the same story.
They told me he was working hard. What time are they coming in from?
Despite Michael's disappointing management, the restaurant remained busy after the episode aired, and it's still open today. Reviews remain mixed, and Leonie's currently has a 3.5 Yelp rating, which isn't great, but an improvement on the 2011 numbers. Unfortunately, Mother Rose passed away in April 2014, age 64. Since then, Michael has been carrying on his mother's restaurant and her legacy with pride, and we wish him in the business health in the future. In Season 4, Kitchen Nightmares, the show featured Oceana and New Orleans, but the episode was so controversial that the owners sued Gordon Ramsay and the production company, not once, but twice for defamation. Whether they liked Gordon's advice or not, the original management team is still running the Chicken restaurant today, 14 years later. All the way back in 2010, Chef Ramsay met the Hernandez family, whose New Jersey restaurant was in trouble. When the owner, Antonio, retired and passed the business to his daughter and grandsons, standards fell. Even the fresh lobster they served their special guests tasted a bit off.
Well, I think they're just sleeping.
He must be there.
We keep a good eye on that.
A closer look revealed that the refrigerator was packed with quarter beef and other unlabeled and unnamed food. And as for the kitchen,
And the freshest thing in this kitchen is that kitchen fine our house. And he's lucky he's still alive.
the waiters were dressed to kill, though Gordon thought that was more than overkill.
Somebody died? Did somebody pass away?
No.
No.
Following Gordon's visit, Antonio's daughter moved to Florida, and one grandson took a management training role at a local chain restaurant. That left the other grandson, Jerry, to run the Spanish pavilion alone, until Michael returned a couple of years later. The brothers worked together until 2019, when Jerry left for good. But the restaurant is still in the family, almost 15 years after Ramsay's visit. Sadly, Antonio passed away soon after the episode aired, so we didn't get to see the success the brothers made for the legacy. There are 2 more Kitchen Nightmares restaurants that are still open, and they're both from Season 3, which was filmed in 2009. At La Bistro in Lakeland, Florida, Gordon trained a formerly trained chef who hadn't updated his style since he graduated.
I'm coming to your emotional wish.
And mountain of debt was often taken out on the staff, and long-suffering wife Kevin.
Why are you doing that? You're going against everything we said and everything we did.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing? Get back here. You fucked up enough tonight.
And his sidekick, teaching a cooking class to local housewives, who wasn't exactly going to plan.